Hi, so good to see you, and I won't lie to you that I'm pretty nervous because it has to be my most requested video, and I kept on delaying it because I was taking my time to make sure I was testing the sunscreens properly, leaving no room for doubt. And in my sunscreen part 1 video, I made one mistake concerning sunscreen rating system, and I'm gonna correct this in this video. I just didn't want to give you any misinformation for the lack of my research. So yeah, here it is. I did my best. This video will have 8 chapters and each chapters will be related to each other. So together it's gonna form a unified whole. I'm so excited to share all this information and give you the list of the sunscreen. So let's start with who needs sunscreen. Who? You. Me, everyone needs sunscreen. No matter what is your gender, race and age, you need sunscreen every day to protect your skin. Remember this. It's really hot here today. My hair is getting frizzy. Okay, anyway, number 2, when to use sunscreen? Obviously during the daytime. But remember this, you have to use sunscreen during summer and also during winter, because I have seen many people, they don't use sunscreen during winter. No, don't do that. You need to use sunscreen every season for all the good reasons. Don't think that you don't need sunscreen during cloudy days, because clouds, they don't block UV rays. And how I use sunscreen, like when I use sunscreen, see, I'm gonna be very honest with you. So sometimes I go for a walk in the morning around 5:30 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. That time I don't use sunscreen. I don't. But I do my skincare routine in the morning between 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. That time I use sunscreen as the last step. Hold on for a minute. I need to tie my hair. My god, this is very hot over here. So where was I? I'm very diligent when I go out. I reapply sunscreen in every 2 to 3 hours. But when I'm indoors, honestly, I don't reapply sunscreen much. I mean, sometimes I forget to reapply. But UV rays, it can penetrate through the glass doors. So you gotta be careful. I mean, it will depend on that, how much sun exposure your room gets. My room doesn't get that much light. I'm gonna cut my hair, it's getting too much. The amount of hair I have to deal with, it is so hot. I'm just getting frustrated. I look weird, I know, but it's okay. So yeah, it will depend on how much sunlight your room gets, if you use blinders or not. But don't torture yourself into staying in a cave, okay, you are so scared of UV rays, you don't want to see the sunlight. Don't do that to yourself. Your mental health is important. I have seen people who sometimes stay in the dark room, they feel down, but with me it's kind of different. I personally feel comfortable and peaceful in the dark room because I'm kind of vampire at heart when it comes to this preferring dark rooms. But yeah, it depends on you what you would prefer. I do believe we need to use sunscreen indoors, but when it comes to reapplication, for me, I don't do this in every 2 or 3 hours when I'm indoors, but when I go out, I do that. And I get this question that how I remove sunscreen. I use micellar water as the first cleanser, then I use the cleanser. I mean the foam based cleanser. That's how I remove my sunscreen, and it works fine, this double cleansing method. But there are cleansers work fine in removing sunscreen at one go, like foam based ones. You can use one cleansing method, double cleansing method, I mean whatever works for you. So next, how much sunscreen you should use. So for your face and neck, you need half a teaspoon. So I follow this 2 fingers rule. I have big fingers, so I take this amount of sunscreen and put it on my face and neck. And if your skin, your hands and legs, are exposed to sun, you need to use sunscreen. Okay, now what sunscreen should you use? You need to use a sunscreen that gives you broad spectrum protection, which means it's gonna protect you from both UVA and UVB rays. UVA is like aging rays, UVB burning rays. And you need to find a sunscreen that works for your skin, that you enjoy wearing every day. The texture you should like, the ingredients you should like, you should be comfortable with. So I hope you find your like soulmate sunscreen if it is the case. And many people tell me that, I don't like sunscreen. Sunscreen filters, they don't like suit me. There are sunscreens with different textures. There are sunscreens with different formulations and filters. So you need to find which textures and which filters work best for you, and I hope you do. And about fragrance free and sunscreens with fragrance, I prefer fragrance free sunscreen, but if you don't mind fragrance in your skincare, then that's perfectly okay. Do whatever that works for you. And let me tell you one thing, any sunscreen is better than no sunscreen. So yeah, be comfortable with what you're using and get to know your skin, see what works for you. So now let's talk about sunscreen ratings. So we know SPF, that it correlates with the amount of sun protection we'll get against UVB rays, like the percentage of UV rays that are being blocked. Then there is PA. PA is the protection grade against UVA. So this PA thing, I thought it is very important to denote how much protection we are getting from UVA rays, but recently I came to know about this. Many countries, they don't follow this PA rating. They use SPF to denote both UVA and UVB protection, and I didn't know that. So this was the mistake I made in my part 1 video. I saw like in the Bioderma sunscreen, it didn't have PA rating, so I was like confused. Even the Cetaphil one doesn't have PA rating. But when you're gonna look into it, you're gonna see that these are like broad spectrum sunscreens, so these are going to protect you from both UVA and UV rays. So my point is, if you don't see the PA rating, look for the broad spectrum protection. It is going to tell you if your sunscreen is going to protect you from UVA and UVB rays. The mistake I have done is to assume that if a sunscreen has PA rating, it has to be superior, which is not true, because different countries, they use different rating methods. So yeah, overall a well formulated sunscreen should provide you broad spectrum protection, which you're gonna need. Even there is this boot rating as well. If I recall right, this booster rating is to see the UVA and UVB protection in vitro test. The minimum number is 3 and the maximum number is 5. So yes, there are like sunscreens which show this booster rating. Boots is a company in Europe, and they do this vitro test and they give the rating. So now the sunscreens I have tried and I loved or disliked, I'm gonna share my experience. So it has been 6 months and I used I think 6 or 7 sunscreens during this time, and I took good amount of time because I didn't want to leave any room for doubt. I wanted to test sunscreens properly. So here I am with my list. Even I'm going to tell you the recommendations you have given to me, what I think about that, which sunscreens I'm gonna try next. Okay, I almost forgot one more thing. Before going to the list, I need to tell you a few things about sunscreen filters. There are like right now 3 kinds of sunscreens. First, mineral based sunscreens that use zinc or titanium dioxide. Weird sound is coming from outside. Anyway, so yeah, these are like physical or mineral sunscreens. This can leave white cast, but these days they are using like micronized zinc, and also these days we get to see less white cast. Then we have organic or chemical sunscreens. There we have new generation, old generation filters. These sunscreens are very cosmetic elegant, which means the texture of these sunscreens are very good, almost like moisturizers. These don't leave white cast, but some people can be allergic to certain filters. So for an example, if Evabenzone doesn't work for you, you can go for Tinosorb. So please don't mistake by thinking, okay, you used one certain chemical filter, it didn't suit you, so you thought okay, every chemical filter or organic filter they are bad, they're gonna suit you. It's not that. There are many chemical filters or organic filters that come under different formulation, and then there are like hybrid sunscreens, which are like the blend of chemical or organic and mineral sunscreen. These two come together and you get hybrid sunscreens. These are, I find, to be more effective, and the texture is also good. And then the question comes, is my sunscreen is gonna harm me? I mean, I know people are concerned about these things, like okay, they think that sunscreens, this can disrupt your hormones and all, but there are not enough studies that show it can happen. And what you see, those are cherry pick studies that are taken out of context. So I didn't see anything. Even I follow many dermatologists, and I didn't hear from them that sunscreen filters can be dangerous to your health or can disrupt your hormones. And I read studies, I didn't find anything like that. But obviously it comes down to your comfort level. So if you're not comfortable with certain filters, avoid that. Use different filters. There are many options. So now let's start. So first I have this Q-Rays. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. This Q-Rays sunscreen, it has SPF 15. It is a hybrid sunscreen. It leaves slightly white cast initially, but it goes. But it doesn't give matte finish. If you're looking for something very matte, it doesn't do that. It gives slightly dewy finish. It doesn't make my skin sweat, which is good, because there are sunscreens I used made my skin sweat like anything. It doesn't do that. Overall, I enjoyed using this sunscreen and I do recommend it. They have also one SPF 30 sunscreen that is, I think, mineral based. So yeah, you can give it a try if you want to. Even that one is fragrance free, I think. And I'm gonna keep these reviews very brief. If you want detailed review, let me know, I'm gonna do that. Otherwise this video is gonna be really big. So next I have this one, Requel tinted sunscreen. I lost it. I used the sunscreen, I finished it, I kept that tube in such care to show in this video, but sometimes I keep things so carefully that I totally forget where I kept it actually. So it happened, I lost it. I'm gonna buy it again. I wish I could show you the texture and the color of the sunscreen. The tint didn't bother me. It has deep tint, it gives matte finish, it has mineral filters. The sunscreen worked really well for me. Reapplication was easy with this sunscreen. I love the finish. The tint didn't bother me. It worked really well for my skin. But if the tint bothers you, then it won't be for you. You need to try it out to know. But overall, it is a decent sunscreen. I think it will suit all skin types. Formula was good and I really enjoyed this. I'm gonna repurchase the sunscreen very soon. So next I have Earth Rhythm hybrid sunscreen. The name says it all. It's a hybrid sunscreen. It has both mineral and organic filters. The texture is quite good, but again it didn't give me matte finish, and I am not into matte finish. I prefer dewy finish. The texture was again very good, didn't give me white cast. It also protected my skin from sun. I could see that my skin was not getting tanned. So overall, even that sunscreen is good. It may suit all skin types. But I need to tell you one thing. When I bought this sunscreen from Nykaa, the pump was not working. So I texted the brand and they sent me the replacement. The replacement one was working fine, the pump, and the texture was fine. But the one I got from Nykaa, the texture was weird. It was like not good, it was not blending, and the pump was not working. So I had to open the sunscreen like this. But the brand, they sent me a replacement, so it was okay with that. So next I have Bioderma, and I love their sunscreen. I have been using their sunscreens for a long time. They have hybrid filters. If you're looking for dewy finish, their Photodome sunscreen would work for you. It is a very good formula. My skin loves it. It doesn't leave any white cast. This is my favorite sunscreen, Bioderma. Even the tinted sunscreen from this range, the normal one doesn't cost as much as the tinted sunscreen. The tinted sunscreen is kind of expensive, but it is very good. I mean, I have used Aveen sunscreen, Aveen tinted sunscreen, which is good as well, but initially it makes my face look white like anything. But the Bioderma tinted sunscreen doesn't do that. Color is very good, doesn't make my face look like Annabelle. And right now I'm wearing it, this tinted sunscreen, and the finish is very good, sheer, doesn't leave patchy feeling, and it's very easy. Some weird sound again. Anyway, it doesn't leave this patchy feeling, easy to work with, and I have to use like 2 fingers of sunscreen, so I need to see if it's working well or not, if my face is looking cakey with this tinted one. But no, it doesn't. But it is expensive, it is expensive. Then I have this lactocalamine sunscreen. I came to know this from Rubina. She likes it very much. Even I like the finish, but the ingredients, I don't use this on my face. I would use this on my body, to be very honest. The fragrance is there. Then it has preservative urea, and preservative urea doesn't work well for my face. Then it has lemon extract, and I avoid lemon extract for my face. Yeah, this is the reason I'm gonna use it on my face, but for my body I may use it. This is very affordable. Sometimes they give like 50% off on this thing. I got it for like 200. It has hybrid filters, both mineral and organic or chemical filters. I hope they like come up with a fragrance free version, because I like fragrance free sunscreen. I prefer that for me. And they exclude this lemon extract, and they use phenoxyethanol, because preservative urea doesn't work for me, and I don't want to take chance where I have sunscreens that work for me already, so I don't want to take chance. But if it is working for you, then it's fine, but I will not use this for my face. So next I have this 2 like makeup meets sunscreen. This BB cream from Puerto, their Cica calming cream. They say that it has UVA and UVB protection. I don't recommend this as sunscreen, because it is very difficult to use when you are like using 2 fingers of this. It makes my skin white. It is very difficult to reapply. So it may work well as BB cream when you use tiny bit, but as a sunscreen, no, it won't work. Then I have this Etude House face blur. It has again hybrid filters, but you can use it like 2 fingers, like you can use it, but it has fragrance. But I really love the texture. This is one of my favorite primers, and it comes with SPF 33. So yeah, but will I use this as a replacement of sunscreen? Like sunscreen, no, but sometimes I may cheat with this. And other sunscreens I like: La Shield Physical Sunscreen, Below Sunscreen. It has very good texture. It has chemical filters. La Shield one has mineral filters. Then I like Suncross sunscreen. It worked well for me. Okay, let me talk about few sunscreens I want to try and some of your recommendations. So I found these 2 very interesting sunscreens. One is from Cause IQ. I came to know about this brand few weeks back, and I think I've spoken about this in my like skincare products I won't buy, because they had like 20% niacinamide, which I found to be unnecessary. But they have one serum sunscreen. It costs around 400, and it has chemical filters. Looked promising, looked very promising. I might buy that one. It is fragrance free and the texture looked good, but do not use this as serum. Don't use like ... use 2 fingers, but yeah, I might buy this. Then I saw this Skin Cramp sunscreen. They have 3 different like variants for oily skin, dry skin, sensitive skin. The oily skin has, I think, chemical filters. The sensitive skin one has mineral filters, and the dry skin I didn't check. So yeah, I might buy that Skin Cramped ka sunscreen. I mean, I might buy that sensitive skin variant, which has physical filters, I mean mineral filters, and even the oily skin one, because it has chemical filters, and it costs around 500. These are fragrance free, and I found this to be interesting. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna buy Cetaphil sunscreen as well. Cetaphil 50 SPF 50 sunscreen. It has this hybrid filter. So next, you recommended me 2 sunscreens. One is Derma Essentia. This is a hybrid sunscreen, and it costs around 450. Very good. Another is UV Rose sunscreen. This is also one hybrid sunscreen, means this have like both mineral and chemical filters, so I reckon the textures would be good. But this have fragrance, and I bought fragrance in my sunscreens. But if you have no issues with fragrance in your sunscreens, then you can try these things because it looked very good, quite good. So next I have this Face Guard sunscreen. It looked interesting. It has hybrid filters, but I don't have the full ingredients list. If you have the full ingredients, then let me know about this. So up next I have this Cipla Rivella tint sunscreen. This is tinted sunscreen, quite affordable. It is a hybrid sunscreen and it has fragrance, so I won't be trying it out, but if you don't mind fragrance in your sunscreen, you might give it a try. It can work for you because the filters look good, quite good, and I would have tried it if it didn't have fragrance. Then I have this Blind sunscreen. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. This is quite affordable. It is a hybrid sunscreen and filters look good, but it has fragrance. Then I have Episomp sunscreen. It has 4 both stars rating, which is good, but it has preservative area. It doesn't suit me, the preservative area in the formula, so I'm gonna skip it. But if you are interested, you can try it. It can be a very good indoor sunscreen, even for outdoor, but I prefer like 40 or like 50 SPF. This is fragrance free. Then there is this Isntree sunscreen. I heard a lot about it. I wanted to try it. The filters looked very good, but Isntree things, they suit me and they don't suit me, you know. Sometimes it is a gamble for me, so I skipped it because that one is quite expensive. But yeah, that sunscreen looked promising. It is fragrance free. It has new generation filters. Sorry, but I won't be trying it out because I'm scared, because I tried few things from Isntree. Those things didn't suit me, but I may try it. The sunscreen looks tempting. And then there is this Biore. What's wrong with me? Sorry, Biore sunscreen. Again, it has I think chemical filters. Mochi loves it. It has fragrance, so if fragrance doesn't bother you, you can go for that sunscreen. It's kind of expensive though. Then I saw this sunscreen from Dr. Set. It is a mineral sunscreen, but I read the reviews like the texture is very bad. It gives horrible white cast. So let me know if it has worked for you or not, because I'm curious. But the reviews I saw on Amazon, many people said that it gives horrible white cast. And there are like other sunscreens. Like if you want me to make a video like about, I can talk about sunscreens, like which sunscreen I want to buy, and I just want to talk in general, just looking at the ingredients and all, I can do that. Then we can like pick sunscreen, then you can try out, then you can give updates. So I'm tired. I spoke a lot for this video. And I really hope you found this to be helpful. See, I had this notebook. I wrote so much. This, that. I didn't want to miss anything out. So yeah, it's gonna be a long video, I think. So that's all for now. I hope you found this to be helpful, and thank you so much for watching. And if you want detailed reviews on these sunscreens, let me know. I'm happy to do that, because the video was getting already too big, so I decided to keep it brief, the reviews. But obviously if you want detailed reviews, I'm all for that. So yeah, see you very soon, and I really hope you found this to be helpful. And also let me know about your favorite sunscreens. And yeah, bye bye.